theTokyoBill Weekly Update, an end-of-week news brief on events in and around Japan. Today is December 28th, 2024. The Japanese government is facing a severe labor shortage in the caregiving sector, with a projected shortfall of around 570,000 workers by fiscal 2040. In response, the government is ramping up efforts to recruit care workers from abroad through the Specified Skilled Worker Program. However, so far only around 39,000 workers have been permitted into Japan under this program. To address the shortages, the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare has launched a subsidy program to help private firms recruit care workers from overseas. This program includes financial support for building relationships with foreign schools and organizing recruitment campaigns. A viral tweet in Tokyo pointed out the lack of free seating in the city, blaming hostile architecture and rapid urbanization. The discussion that followed saw mixed opinions, with some appreciating places to rest and others lamenting the disappearance of benches and the rise of pay-to-sit cafes. The issue has been worsened by increased tourism in areas such as Shibuya and Shinjuku, which lack public seating. Municipalities defend the trend as a public safety precaution, but residents struggle to find places to rest. Recent urban projects like Azabudai Hills and Tokyo developments in Tokyo have tended to provide commercialized seating areas such as cafes, prioritizing profit over community needs despite public backlash. Authorities in Japan are making it easier for hunters to carry out emergency shootings when bears are spotted in populated areas due to the rise in encounters between bears and humans. This decision comes as a result of the increasing bear population and shrinking natural habitats, leading to more frequent and daring bear attacks. The revised wildlife protection laws now allow local councils to authorize emergency shootings when bears are seen in residential neighborhoods. However, the declining number of licensed hunters in Japan poses a challenge in addressing the issue of bear attacks, which are influenced by factors such as climate change, scarce food resources, and depopulation in rural areas. A ranking of the best-selling everyday items in Japan in 2024 compared to the previous year shows a shift in consumer behavior due to the COVID-19 pandemic and extreme summer heat. Shoe cleaners took the top spot with a 53% sales increase, attributed to the rise of casual business attire and hot weather. Facial masks came in second with a 44% increase, driven by South Korean cosmetics and celebrity endorsements. Rice, experiencing shortages, ranked third, while cardiac stimulants and lip balms saw increases in sales, driven by demand from foreign tourists at 5th and 7th place positions respectively. Former Olympus CEO Stefan Kaufmann admitted to purchasing illegal drugs, including cocaine and MDMA, during his trial in Tokyo this week. The trial highlights the challenges faced by executives in high-pressure environments. Kaufmann claimed to have started using drugs due to exhaustion from long working hours and feeling pressured by a dealer who threatened to expose him. Prosecutors asked for a 10-month prison sentence, while the defense argued for a more lenient punishment. Kaufmann joined Olympus in 2003 and became the president and CEO in 2019, ultimately stepping down after the allegations came to light. On Monday, a large crowd gathered at Hiraoka Shrine in Higashi Osaka for an annual Shinto ritual aimed at dispelling negative memories from the past year through laughter. This event, rooted in Japanese mythology, symbolizes how the god's laughter liberated the sun goddess from her cave. After a signal from the chief priest, participants laughed for 20 minutes, some engaging with each other, others taking photos. A 17-year-old attendee from Kyoto initially doubted that she could laugh for so long, but got caught up in the fun, feeling her bad memories dissipate. A first-time participant visiting from Kagoshima expressed his hope to return next year, underscoring this unique Osaka experience. In fiscal 2023, foreign individuals and entities purchased 371 properties near critical security facilities and border islands in Japan, as reported by a government study. Acquisitions included 174 land plots and 197 buildings across 20 prefectures, particularly concentrated in Tokyo, which had 171 purchases. China was the leading buyer with 203 acquisitions, followed by South Korea, 49, and Taiwan at 46. The survey, covering 16,862 properties, did not result in any warnings or restrictions against use. The government emphasizes the regulation of land to protect critical facilities and plans further evaluations of additional monitored zones. A South Korean temple plans to return a stolen Buddhist statue to a Japanese temple after a memorial service next year. The statue, designated a cultural asset in Japan, was taken from Kanonji Temple on Tsushima Island in 2012, and later discovered in South Korea when the thieves attempted to sell it. Despite a South Korean court ruling in favor of Usuksa Temple, the Supreme Court affirmed Kanonji Temple's ownership. The statue is currently with the South Korean government, and arrangements for its return are in progress, allowing Kanonji Temple to display it for the first time in 13 years. Carlos Ghosn, the former chairman of Nissan, criticized the proposed merger between Nissan and Honda, stating, "It cannot work," due to their similar operations and lack of synergy. Speaking at a press conference marking 5 years since his escape to Lebanon, he emphasized that Nissan seemed to lack a clear vision to address its declining sales and was in panic mode, seeking Honda's assistance. Ghosn, who fled Japan while facing charges of financial misconduct, continues to assert his innocence and denounce Japan's legal system as unjust. Lebanon has declined Japan's extradition request for Ghosn. In Japan, Christmas has evolved into a significant commercial event, despite not being a public holiday. The celebration gained traction mainly through marketing in the 1970s, particularly KFC's Kentucky for Christmas campaign, which rebranded fried chicken as a holiday meal, becoming a tradition throughout the country. Another festive staple is Christmas cake, a light sponge cake decorated with strawberries and whipped cream, which symbolizes the colors of the Japanese flag. Although Christianity's presence is minimal, Christmas is celebrated in a secular manner focused on festive parties and romance, more resembling Valentine's Day, while New Year remains the more traditional, family-oriented holiday. Japan's cabinet has approved a revision to a government ordinance that will prohibit the manufacture, import, and export of all fluorescent lamps for general lighting by the end of 2027. This decision follows an international agreement to ban fluorescent lamp production due to health risks linked to mercury exposure. Implementation will begin in January 2026, phased by lamp type, and will also include button batteries containing mercury. Major manufacturers, including Panasonic, plan to cease fluorescent lamp production by September 2027. The move reflects concerns stemming from historical mercury poisoning incidents, notably in the town of Minamata during the 1950s. Tokyo is gearing up for a safe New Year's Eve, with heightened security in the Shibuya area. The famous Hachiko statue, a must-see for visitors, will be covered and sealed to deter rowdy behavior often associated with holiday celebrations. In response to past incidents that caused property damage and injuries, no countdown event will be held this year. Shibuya Ward Chief Ken Hasabe emphasized the importance of safety, encouraging cooperation to avoid excessive crowds. The statue of Hachiko, a popular statue and symbol of loyalty, will be unveiled at 1 a.m. on January the 1st, requiring photographers to visit on a different day. On December 25th, wild monkeys in Sumoto, Hyogo Prefecture, came together to create the kanji character for snake, symbolizing the Chinese zodiac for 2025. This event occurred at the Awaji Island Monkey Center, where about 350 Japanese macaques live in the surrounding mountains, visiting the feeding area during the day and retreating at night. These monkeys display a more passive behavior than those in other regions. Center Director Toshikazu Nobuhara, aged 69, scattered a mixture of wheat and soybeans in the shape of the kanji, attracting the monkeys to form the apparently random effect. NHK has acquired communications records revealing how a youth was guided by a Japanese fraud group in a shady part-time job scheme. In July, the group fraudulently collected over 6.5 million yen, around $43,000, from elderly victims in central Japan. The youth, who found the job via social media, was arrested for collecting cash on their behalf. These records show dialogues with the leader, including discussions about profit shares and recruitment, ultimately ending with the youth's arrest while attempting to defraud another elderly target. Police caution that those involved in such schemes may face serious consequences. Japan Airlines announced on Thursday that it experienced significant flight delays due to a cyber attack, later attributed to a faulty router. The issue began at 8:56 a.m., disrupting both domestic and international services, but operations resumed around 2 p.m. after the router was shut down. Passengers at Tokyo's Haneda Airport reported confusion and frustration, particularly regarding communication about their delayed flights. While JAL initially described the event as a cyber attack, they later clarified it was a, quote, system failure in network equipment, unquote, to reduce passenger concerns. Experts indicated that a distributed denial of service attack might have contributed, highlighting the need for enhanced cyber defenses in Japan. That brings us to the end of news items for the week ending December 28. These stories and more you can read at theTokyoBill.com. I've been, and remain, Tokyo Bill. Thank you for listening, and take care.